Hey guys, so it's Brenda Santos here. So I am going to start doing some live stuff in the evenings because I know, like me, I work during the day working for my clients and getting all of your orders and everything done and submitted. So I don't always have a chance to follow some people and look at them on YouTube. During the day because I'm doing my own work. So I miss a lot and then I have to go back in the evening. So I find that my pattern is to watch them when I get home. So I decided to stay late and work on some sublimated mugs. I'm going to kind of get stuff ready because it looks like we only have like one viewer here. Hopefully some people will join. I don't anticipate a huge rush just because I'm just starting to do these, but I've got to get an order done, and I think I'm probably going to make something for myself just because I've got some paper and I want to use it, and I've got a couple of mugs. So, but anyway, to show you what we're going to do, we're going to make this mug for a customer. I do a lot of stuff for a band and a lot of stuff for schools. We actually are more of like their manufacturers. They do a lot of stuff for fundraising and things like that. So we basically have set them up with like a merch store. And this is a mug that we do. It's really cool. It's, of course, sublimated, so it's all smooth. And this is basically like, and let me show you. Oh, let me get it. Like my Yeti. So I actually did some testing on these, and they actually hold ice a long time. I did some testing. I put like a whole thing of ice in. I filled this up with ice, and I left it over, I think, 3 days. I did 2 tests. So I filled it up with ice and left it just ice only, and left it in the studio to see how long it would take to melt. And it took about, I think, 2 or 3 days for it to melt. So it's pretty close to the Yeti. And then I thought, well, once you add liquid into the ice, you know, I don't know, because I'm a huge soda drinker and I drink these all day long. So I want to know how long it was going to last with, you know, some liquid in it with ice. I haven't really tested it for hot because selfishly I only drink soda, so it's always cold. So it was just testing that out, but it worked really good. It's very comparable to a Yeti. It is not a Yeti, so I don't claim that it is a Yeti, but it's very close to a Yeti. So give me 1 second. I'm going to jump. I've got to run and grab something really quickly, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. So I am going to try to do this. I don't have a huge setup, so I'm actually working off of 2 computers. I've got my regular laptop here that I'm working on, and that's where I've got my program and everything, and I'm working on another computer right now trying to record this. So please bear with me. You see a lot of me moving the camera around and everything. So if you're just joining again, we're going to be working on some sublimated mugs. So probably going to go ahead and get started. I've already got the design ready for the one I'm going to do for here. Actually, I'm going to get my order so I can make sure I'm printing the right one. And then I'm also, because I don't have one for myself, I'm actually going to make one with my logo on it. That way you can see the differences. Now, they are fully sublimatable, so you can make this full color. Like, you can make all of this full color if you want to. It doesn't have to just be white. The base is white. Let me show you a blank one. So if you're interested in doing these, let me know. We do sell the blanks, and we can get you some. They are a very popular item, so sometimes they do get back ordered, but bear with us and we'll get them. So they start out like this, all white. They do come in this color, and it's just basic silver. When you sublimate with that, it's basically all the white is going to be silver. And that's how these work too. So it's basically the negative space is the color of the mug that you're going to see coming through. So if you have white and you print on a silver mug, wherever it's white in your design, it's going to be silver. And then on this mug, obviously, wherever it's white is going to be white because it's just the negative. It's not putting ink down. Hope that makes sense. And then the silver mug does change the color of your print a little bit. It does make it a little more muted. I'm not working on those. I actually don't have any of those in stock as of the moment. But yeah, so we're going to work on white ones today. But so this is how they come when you order them. They come in a box, like non-branded box. You will actually get, it's all white all the way around. It is coated everywhere. So if you want to put names or a design on these little hex shapes, you can do that as well. Put your design all the way around here. It does come with this little plastic thing. You can see it goes at the bottom, but you don't put that on in the beginning. The reason it's off is because we have to actually put this in my, I don't know if you can see this oven back here. We're going to bake it in a convection oven. So that's why that's like that. And then, of course, it comes with your lid, right? So I'm going to get started working on my artwork and get it done. For this particular order, I've actually worked on the artwork. I don't want to show you their name, but that's kind of what we do on our order forms. And then I'm going to try to move this computer so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. So in this particular design, I'm actually working in Corel. I do things in Illustrator, Corel Draw, Photoshop, so pretty much all of the major programs. But I find that I use, I don't know if you've ever heard of it, the Stone Wizard. I really like that. They are kind of a competitor of ours, but we don't make software, so not really. It does save me a lot of time for that. So basically, one thing to remember is you need to probably order 1 or 2 extra mugs because you're going to want to make yourself like a color chart because what you see on your screen is going to print a little different than what prints on the mug because the heat changes it. And you're gonna see a difference in color. So you're gonna want to make sure you get a nice baseline so that way if your logo is blue, it looks blue on your screen, but then once you apply heat to it and make it sublimated, it can actually turn like purple or a different shade of blue. Some people just want to design, they don't care, they give you free reign, but other people that have a logo or for example for like a school, they have a particular color and you want to make sure that it matches their color. Okay, so that being said, I am working on this and then let me try to move this out of the way. Sorry. All right, so I'm trying to see. Can you see my laptop there? God, that's horrible. Okay, so let me see if I can turn it this way. All right, so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so what I did is, sorry for the horrible angle. So I worked on this. We've got this set up. I have got this set up for my sublimation printer. I actually used the Ricoh, the SG7100DN, and that's what I use to sublimate. And then I'm actually going to get my logo and put it on there. Sorry, I'm going to move you away just because I want you to see all my clients' info. And hopefully some of you that are watching, if you come back and watch, you have questions, I would like to answer anything you have, whether it's on sublimation. Our big thing right now is our yard signs. We're having a lot of people ask me about yard signs. So I'm going to grab my logo because I want to make myself a mug. Branding. what do I want to do, guys? So what are y'all up to this evening? Are y'all working late? Are you watching from home while you're relaxing, just interested to seeing what's going on? Did you just stumble across this channel? Y'all, if you want, let me know what y'all are up to. Let me see. Again, if you're just joining, I am working on mugs and I want to get my logo on here. Actually, this one will work. Here we go. So the cool thing about these sublimated mugs is that, I'll show you again. I'm going to leave that right here. What, can y'all see that? Put it on a little something so y'all can see it. I'll put it on this box. These sublimated mugs is that people love them because you can customize them with anything. You can put your name on them. You can put their customer's name on them. You can put custom artwork. You can actually even do photographs on them if you want, which is really cool. Okay, so what I am doing is I've already got the artwork set up for my customer because we're working on these. I kind of want to do something for myself because I make these all the time for everybody else and I don't have one. You see that I have a plain one that I drink, and like I'm an avid soda drinker. And so I decided, well, since I'm doing this on YouTube Live, I'm going to make me one. Okay. So what you're going to do is when you're setting stuff up, let me show you. I'm moving this so you can see it again. Let me move this so you can see. Oh, that is a horrible shot. I'm so sorry. Okay. Again, I can't show y'all really close because it's really hard, but so all I'm going to do is I'm going to format this. Okay. So I'm going to take my artwork and this mug, you want to measure it. I've already got it pre-measured, so I'll tell you if you want to. It needs to be about 3 inches wide by no more than 3.5 inches tall because that's what's going to fit in this printable. You can go a little longer, but you see that it kind of I don't know if you can see that. It kind of, I don't know, slopes down. And what happens is the sublimated paper doesn't stick as good or get a good adhesion, and then you kind of get some ghosting or it kind of looks feathered. It doesn't look good. So what did I say? It's 3 inches wide. So again, I've got this customer's done. I'm going to do my logo. Here it is. So I'm going to make it 3 inches wide. And then I'm going to put my name on it, I think. So let me type that on there. For those of you that don't know, I'm Brenda. Let me see. We want this. What do I want this, guys? Photographic signature. Yeah, I think so. I think that's pretty. Okay, so we're going to do photographic signature is the font. So we're going to do. Now, do I want my name here? Because mine's going to be about that wide, and it's going to be 1.8 inches tall, which is, let me grab my little. And guys, I know a lot of people use rulers, but my mom sewed for years. And so this is what she uses to do, what do you call it? The hems. And I love it. I use it all the time because it's got this little slidey thing. Like if you don't sew, it's got this little slide and it stays wherever you put it. So that way you can measure things and put it here. And it just helps you like get an idea of how big something is. So, let me see. My logo on this design, because it has to stay within about 3 inches, is 1.79, so 1.8. Okay, so my logo is going to be about that big. It's not going to be huge. Do we want to go bigger, guys? It's going to be about that tall. Let's add something to it. I think I'm going to add my photography stuff to it. So it's my master one with my phone and stuff on it. Let's look. How does this look? So I know 2 of you are watching, but I don't know who you are. So if you want to tell me who you are, that would be awesome. All right. Changing my name here. I'm being indecisive. Okay, so we're going to do. And let me see. I want to do like, you know what? I'm going to go for it. I'm going to live on the edge. I'm going to do 3.5. Let's see how that comes out, right? You won't know unless you try it. That will make my logo about 3.5 by 2 inches. So if you look here, yeah, I think that'll be a nice, decent size now. I think that's cool. Okay, and then I'm going to add my name to it as well, because everybody likes to see their name on things. And that's one thing to remember when you're making things. If you can customize something, that will help you with an upsell. So like, let's say you do start out with a mug with their logo, right? What you can do to resell and do a little upsell is you can say, well, we'll add your name or a specific department, or for example, this is for color guard, this is guard captain. We'll do that for like an additional $3. So it really depends on what you're doing. But yeah, that's a really good way to upsell something, and people love it. All right, so I'm going to do my name. I'm going to try my name in that brownie color that we use. And then, so because we're doing 2 sides, we're going to do 2 copies of it. So that's all I did. So now I'm going to stop messing around. We're just going to get this done because I know this is boring. Y'all want to see what happens, right? You want to see the magic. So what I'm doing is I'm sending it over to my Rico. Oh, please excuse my studio, but I'm going to go show you. Where is it? You see that printer right there on the right side with the blue light on? That is the sublimation printer that I'm using. I am going to print on a piece of paper or sublimation paper that's a little higher, a little bigger than what's necessary. But that's because I'm trying to do something for you guys and try to move it along because, like I said, this is probably really boring. So I am printing on an 8.5 by 21 inch piece of paper. I could get away with an 8.5 by 11, but this is what I've got out. So this is what we're going to go with. All right. And then the most important thing that you need to remember when you're doing sublimation is obviously design it the way it's going to read, but then when you print it, you have to print it backwards, because what happens is you're putting it on here and it's burning. It's kind of like when you're doing your heat transfer vinyl, right? You have to do it backwards. So if you're working with sticker paper or sticker vinyl, you print it right reading. If you are doing it the other way, it's going to have to be backwards. All right, why is this acting weird? Okay. 8.5 by 21 is the sheet I've got. We're going to do this. Let's go for it. Okay, I'm going to go load paper into that real quick. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I am loaded that in there. Oh, sorry, I forgot to do one more thing. All right, it's printing. Let's print. There we go. It's printing. Hey, Janice, how are you? I recognize that I have the same add-on software in Corel from TRW. I never thought about using that program for other designs. I just had a light bulb moment. Yeah, are you talking about the wizard, the stone wizard? Yeah, I mean, I use it for a lot of stuff, and it saves me a ton of time. So I don't know if you're just joining us, but we're working on these sublimated mugs. We're gonna make this. Yeah, it's a cool program. I wish I had designers to make a program. I'm gonna go grab the sheet off real quick. Okay, and I'm gonna print one more sheet just because I don't know if you see it printed it backwards. Yeah. Sorry, my screen is backwards, so it looked weird because I was like, wait, that's right reading. But there is like a little line, look like something got on my print head. I don't know if y'all can see that. There's like a little line here. So if there's anything on your print, it is going to print on your mug. I have learned that, like anything, any dust, especially lint. I don't know if y'all are familiar with sublimation, but any little thing on there will add color to it. So let me go. I'm going to print one more just for the sake of time, and I'll just cut them apart. Okay, and while that's printing, I'm going to show you another little trick that I do. Where'd it go? Sorry, let me print this one more time. Okay, so here's the blank. So it has like a little rubber stopper that you can put on there that keeps sitting on the table. That comes apart when you get them, and then you add it on after the fact. And of course, you take the lid off if you're going to be heating it. But what I was talking about was lint getting on your stuff, ruining your print. I use just a lint roller, but this is a different lint roller. This is for pets. Because I do use the other lint rollers and they work okay, but this one has a little more sticky to it because I guess it picks up the pet hair. So what I do is I go around my stuff and it picks up any residue or anything that's on there. I always get makeup on my stuff. It's so annoying. All right, because I touched my face and then I get makeup on there. Okay, so I got that off, and then you just kind of check, make sure. All right, so then what you're going to do is you're going to cut. You know what? Now that I've got this printed, I'm going to switch you guys over so you can kind of see. Please excuse my studio. It's a mess right now. I've been really busy. So I'm going to flip you around. Okay, so here's my work table. Okay, so here's ones we order. And then I'll show y'all. I am a huge advocate of branding, right? So you guys want to brand everything. So I'll show you this later. What we do is we put my tag. It's got my logo on it, and it just says our address, and it just says thank you for your order, and it's got a line, and I put the customer's name on there. And then where they're actually going to open it, because it's a white box, we put our logo again. So, and then in the cup, I drop a tag. Show you. That goes inside the mug, and it has, of course, our information on it. I do use these, have a hole in them because we use this for apparel. We put these on every shirt. And what this does is it does a couple of things. Again, I'm huge into branding. So it takes people about 4 to 5 times to see your logo to kind of remember it. So this is already 1, 2, 3 times that they're seeing your logo just in this one product, right? So this also helps if you're giving it as a gift, if people want to reorder, or if they just want to see what else you have, they can use this. So branding's a big deal. Okay, so let's cut these apart so we can get this going. Now, the cool thing, again, with sublimation is it's not like heat transfer vinyl where you have to be really precise as to where your cuts are. Just want to make sure that it's straight. So I'm cutting this M apart. So wherever there's not ink, it's not going to print, if that makes sense. So like if there's no ink on here, wherever there's white, there's no ink, obviously, it's not going to print anything. Okay. So again, for this project, what else you're going to need is you're going to need a heat gun and some heat tape, because you are going to be taping. Let me do my logo. And I'm pushing the limits of this. I recommend doing 3 inches wide artwork, but since this is my cup, I'm going to see how it comes out, because if I screw it up, it's mine, right? So it doesn't matter. So Janice, tell me about you. Are you a full-time, apparel maker? What do you do exactly? I know you had some questions last time we were on, so I remember you. I think we were talking about if we all did the same products, right? Like how to set yourself apart. So I was just curious. I always like to know about people. All right, so get that other print so I can cut this dude. Okay. And this print came out clean, so technically I could have used both of these, but I was just trying to save time by getting this done. A little bit of a, I like to laugh and call it a schmutz right here. So instead of printing it again, I'm just going to cut it off. It's just right there. All right. And have y'all ever sublimated before? Not everybody has a sublimation printer. So we can actually print sublimated sheets for you if you have a design. And let's say you want to make a mug. We can let y'all do all of that. Okay, so here we go. Now that we've done that, just because I touched it again, this. Oh yeah, and then in addition to the heat gun and the other stuff I was telling you about, you need to have some shrink wrap sleeves, and I'll show you why. So what I do is I always line it up with these hex things. So that's like my center. So I know like the front, back, side, and side, right? So I'm going to line this up. Make sure that it's straight. And then you're going to heat tape a point here. Now you do have to do this all in one shot. So meaning like you can't put a logo on here and then come back later and put a logo or something on the side. You can do that. I mean, it's not impossible, but every time you heat up this, especially to heat for the amount of time that we have to do it, we do it for, I believe it's 8.5 minutes at 375 in a convection oven. It's going to fade your design. So you want to make sure, crap, Brenda, I messed it up. I got something on it. Okay. Luckily, this one wasn't clean. So. All right, so we're good to go. I got lucked out. All right, see, so I lined this up here, and I'm going to line it up with this one. So it's basically just the opposite. So again, make sure that we're nice and clean. And then you want to make sure that it's lined up with the other side. Like if you went down on the other side, you want to make sure that you go about that same distance. It's like just a hair under here. All right, so we should be good right there, I believe. And then you also have to be careful how you cut your stuff. Like I said, you don't have to be as precise. You just have to make sure that your design is straight. Because I've made that mistake where my cut is kind of crooked and I go by the cut and not the actual design. I don't know if you can see that. You can see through it. I don't know, the light is not great here. So I don't know if you can see that, but you can kind of eyeball it and make sure that it's straight. So that looks pretty good. Let's see. And I do very technical measuring. Okay, so we're good there. So now I'm going to add, and that's what I was saying, like you have to add your names and everything at the same time. So you're going to want to make sure that you do that. Okay, so because I did left and right, you're going to center this. And again, I use this right here to center. So you're going to center up, down, left, and right. And then just for good measure, just so I feel like I see some lint, I'm going to do this. And then I will heat tape here. And you're going to see that I just did to hold stuff, just to make sure that everything is aligned. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to tape it all the edges, because I have found that if I don't, sometimes it shifts and then you're going to get like a weird like ghosting print, or it won't print right at all. And you want to make sure that it's nice and flat, especially like I cut this, I can see that it's kind of wonky. So you want to make sure that it is super flat against your cup, because if it's not, then you're going to get like ghosting. on it, and it messes up your mug. What does it do with my heat tape? I'm getting like little pieces of gum on it. Okay. It's like the heat tape is breaking down the further I get down to the bottom of the roll. Okay. So that's done. See, now I'm going to go through. I know that's straight, so I'm going to make sure that those edges are nice and flat. This may be overkill for some. Some people may be able to get away with it, but I found that it cost me a lot less in heat tape to do this than it does to reprint a mug, right? Because these are expensive. Well, for cost. I mean, not super expensive as far as like, but you know what I mean. Expensive compared to heat tape. So why not use a couple of extra cents of heat tape and hope that you get the best adhesion possible? Because I do find myself, like, because I make t-shirts and stuff, so I do find myself like not wanting to use an extra piece of like parchment paper, and then I have to tell myself a penny worth of paper is worth a $5 shirt, right? Okay, so put this down. Again, you can get away with it, go for it. But this just helps me figure stuff out. All right, guys, and I heard my cell phone ding. I got a kiddo at the football game, and I want to make sure she's okay. All right. So I'm taking this down. All right, so what we're going to do after we tape everything, it's nice and flat. We're going to check it for any lint. Oh, I ran out of heat tape. Holy crap. Okay. Live TV, right? All right. So, I mean, I get to make my mug. Crap. That is hilarious. All right, guys. So we are going to put this theory to the test. I ran out of heat tape. Okay. Alrighty, so here it is. So we're going to go with it because you saw I ran out of tape. Okay, here we go. So now we are going to use a heat gun. I'm going to scoot you closer so that way you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so use a Wagner heat gun. It's just a standard heat gun. And then what we're going to do is we are going to use, these are like a shrink wrap that goes on top. And what we're going to do is, so it's like a sleeve. You just put it in. Okay, and I'm going to show you. I ran out of tape, so I didn't put it all the way around here. So hopefully we've got it flat enough with the tape that I have. I have to run by my supplier tomorrow and go get heat tape. I wasn't planning on doing a live and working late, but I thought, hey, let's get some stuff done. Okay, so it's like this. Got it on the hottest setting and the highest. So you just kind of have to okay, now what you're trying to do is you're trying to flatten it out. So you don't want any wrinkles or as few wrinkles as possible in your shrink wrap. And the whole time we've been talking, I've actually had my oven on preheating. Normally I put it on a table, but because I'm trying to do this so you guys can see, it's a little hard. Okay, so you're just gonna, now the bottom, because there's nothing that we're printing, that doesn't really matter. You just kind of want it to hold on. But right here where the actual design is gonna go, you wanna make sure you get as many wrinkles out as possible. And it is really hot, so you wanna make sure if you hold it on too long, you can actually melt the shrink wrap. All right, guys, and now we're gonna have to wait 8 minutes to get this done, to see the result. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm gonna pull you over here again. Okay, so now right here is our oven, a convection oven. Got it preheated to 375 for 8.5. Well, right now it's got 32 because I've been preheating it. But I'm gonna stick this in. I'm gonna change the timer. 8.5 minutes. Okay. So now the countdown begins. So I was going to do my mug, but I guess that's on hold because, you know. So let me see. What else can I ask? Okay. So people have been asking me about yard sign stuff. So I'm going to try to answer some questions for that in case they stop by later and look at it. So yard sign pricing, that's been the most common question that I've received. If we're doing, and when I say yard sign, let me show you. Again, I'm trying to do this on my laptop. By yard signs, I mean these. You see? Oh, go back. So those are the yard signs that we do. They spell out like happy birthday, happy anniversary, graduation, all that kind of stuff. I know you've probably seen them around your town. We sell the letters and the adhesive to do that. So if you're wanting us to print a yard sign so you can mount it yourself, like the sticker, because basically it's like a huge sticker. You put it on Coroplast and then you cut it out. It is about between, I think it's about $8 to do. Sorry, I got to grab this. It's $8 per print, and you will actually receive it like rolled up. You can do one letter, you can do the whole set. I have people that order the whole set, and they, what do you call it, mount it themselves, and then as they need extra fill-ins, right, because you're going to have a name instead of buying the entire alphabet because you have no idea how many of what letter you're going to need, they'll probably buy like a few common letters, like the vowels and most of the commonly used letters, but then they'll use fill-ins. So like say they're doing the name Brenda, then they'll order, you know, if they don't have a B, they'll use a B or something like that. Let me see, what else can we talk about so you guys aren't bored? Let me see. Okay. All right, so somebody's asking, I'm trying to answer really quick on how to find, because they see the link, but on how to watch this video. so let me answer them. So click on the picture. Oh, hi, Maria. I like the new sample shirts I saw the other day. The designs are vivid and look amazing. Ah, yeah. That's our HTV. We're so excited. We're going to be working on those. We're going to be doing, sorry, I was answering this person's text. Yeah, DTG. You know what? I'm going to go grab a sample so you can see. I don't know if y'all do DTG, but it's awesome. All right, so we are getting a direct-to-garment printer that's actually arriving, I think, on Tuesday. I'm so excited. This is what the prints are going to look like. How beautiful is that? We're getting the Rico RI 1000. Here is on a black shirt. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, the detail is awesome. So I can't wait to get it. I know it has a steep learning curve. I know there's a lot of maintenance, but the quality and everything is really worth it. And I know a lot of our clients are going to like it. And then you can actually do like a metallic. Isn't that pretty? If you can see it. So how much time do we have left? Let's see. We've got 3 minutes, guys. So I'm going to start prepping the area where we're going to be doing this. Let me see how we're going to do it. You know what? I want you to be able to see it. So I am actually going to do it on this table over here. I'm going to spin you around. So basically all we're going to do is we're going to take it out of the oven. And let me get my wire rack. And this is just the rack that came in the oven, but we can't use it because then it makes the mugs too tall. So then, and then we want to make sure we get a tweezers. And of course, you need some gloves because this sucker is going to be hot. I know. Aren't the prints beautiful? I cannot wait. I've already got several clients that are wanting to try it out. So I'll keep you posted. I think I'm going to do an unboxing video when we get it on, like I said, Tuesday. Although I'm kind of doing that with tempered excitement because I don't know if you can see that Canon printer, that huge one back there. That is actually our second one. I have a horror story. Oh my God, it was awful. So I was super excited. The guy came, right? And he looked like he was having a really bad day. Comes on a pallet. He basically was bouncing it around on the truck. So totally made a rookie mistake. Did not look at the box. He leaves. I signed, like a dummy. I signed the, where you accept the shipment. Can't remember, I think it's bill of lading or whatever that's called. I go around the other side of the box and it is crushed. Oh my God. So I'm thinking, okay, it's packed pretty good. Maybe nothing will happen to it. We opened it up and the whole thing was like crushed. The screen where you type everything in. It was terrible. Oh my God. I almost cried because that machine was like, I think like $8,000, $9,000. So learned a huge lesson. I was going to do an unboxing. Thank God I didn't because my heart just dropped. Anyway, long story short, LexJet, where we buy our Canon printer from, is amazing. And they sent out a new one, but it was a whole process, a whole thing. It was terrible. Okay, I have 30 seconds. Put my gloves on. And anyway, lesson learned. You're getting a big machine, always check. Do not let that guy leave without checking your box. And if there's any damage, you make sure you indicate that because once you take delivery, they do not have to replace it. So Direct to garment, super excited about, but that sucker was so expensive. I think we paid like $15,000 for it. So we have got to sell some shirts. So I have been hyping it up. Okay, my thing is off. I'm going to go grab the mug. Here we go. Okay, it is super hot. So it comes out like this. Do you see how this is almost like super soft and it rips? So once we get that, I like to do this because then I can kind of get my hands on it. Then you're going to pull. And it's hard to work with because you can feel the heat. I mean, it's awesome. Super hot. I don't want to get ghosting. Okay, there we go. Stuck. Okay, I'm going on this side. It's kind of cold today, so it's kind of messing with my stuff. I don't know if y'all have experienced that. I don't know where you are, Janice and Maria, but we're in Texas and San Antonio, so cold to us is like 50 degrees. So let's pull this. Woo. Okay, and if you have a little bit of this kind of stuff left on, it's okay once it cools off. You can kind of pull it. You don't want to, like, did you see where it flapped up and then it came back on itself? You want to make sure that you don't let it sit like that, because that's when you get ghosting, because basically it's still super hot. So it came out great. You can see that. Ooh. Let me turn this around. Okay. So really, this sublimation is so easy once you kind of get the hang of it, because it is just a little bit of a finicky process. But once you've done a couple, I mean, it's easy. And I think we sold these to our customers between, we start at 30, but with all the customizations, they can easily get up to $40. And it sounds like a lot, but if people are going to pay $40 for a Yeti that's just plain, they're going to pay that for something with their kid's name on it. And so what I recommend for the fundraisers is, like, if you add a name, it's $3. If you add something to the side, it's another $3. And so I know they've sold these for like $45 at the football games. So that's one thing that you guys can do. Don't just limit yourself to selling to, like, how do I put it? Like parents, like customers, like, right? So like people want to wear a shirt to a football game or whatever. Definitely sell to those people. But what you want to do is you want to get into those schools. You want to set up fundraisers for them. And you can actually make a lot of money because they're out there selling for you. And they're happy with the product. The parents are excited because they've got cool stuff with their kid's name on it. So it's kind of a win-win all the way around. And let me show you another thing I did today. Sorry, I'm going to switch you around again. I'm bummed that I ran out of heat tape. Such a rookie move. I got to go tomorrow and get some. Okay. So sublimation is awesome, especially about right now, because everybody wants personalized stuff, right? And I'm going to go grab another one so I can show you something. Okay. So sublimated mugs, right? How cute is that? Easily like $15 mug. It's got a kid's picture on it, their grandparents. I mean, I know my parents love this stuff. Even if they don't drink coffee out of it, like here's one of my mess ups. They'll put pens and stuff in it, right? So we'll have it on their desk. And then we are actually working with a new bakery that's starting called Lovey's Bakery, and she has got the coolest thing. She is making mugs that I guess you do cakes in them. They're like a microwave cake, right? Like you put it in the microwave and it's like a single serve cake. So good. She's given me some. So if you're wanting like something sweet at night, but what she's doing is she's selling those cakes in custom mugs. Isn't that cute? And again, she's selling some for just, different occasions. Like this says calories don't count on the weekends. But she can also put their name on it, happy birthday. Pretty much we design everything for her, and she can sell these to her customers, and her customers absolutely love it because they're getting something personalized and they're getting a treat. So it's like a really cool gift that they can give to somebody for Christmas or, any special event. We've got the winter graduations coming up. We've got for college. What else do we have? Obviously Christmas. We've got, all the holidays. Forgive me. I think, has Hanukkah started yet? So all of those things we can do. Now kind of finished our project. Like I said, I wanted to do my mug. I totally messed up and didn't, I ran out of heat tape. I knew I needed some, but I was pushing it to the end. But yeah, so basically you let that cool, that mug. You're going to pop on. It's like I said, it just fits. It comes like this. It's a little disc, and I'll show you. It pops off, and then you just kind of make sure all the air is out of it, and it keeps things from sliding and secure on the table. And then, of course, it has the lid that they can do it. Again, told you, always brand your stuff. I put it in here. I put like a card of mine. I always do thank you because you always want people to feel appreciated for buying something from you. Because I know I hate when I get an order and it's not even like a invoice or a nothing in it. It's just your product thrown in a box. Looks horrible. So rude. And you're like, I spent like $75 on this thing. You couldn't even put a card or something, sticker. Not necessarily to give me something, but just like, like a card like that says, you bought it from so-and-so or whoever. I also think that's a huge opportunity missed to brand yourself. So again, that's kind of been my project for the evening. Like I said, I didn't get to do my other mug. So I think I'm going to call it an evening because I'm starving and I know my husband's waiting on me to go eat because we got a kid. Our last daughter is going to her last football game, which got her all masked up and sanitizer and all that kind of stuff because I'm first of all, a germaphobe and then a worrywart. So she thinks I'm annoying, but I let her go out with the strict promise that she's going to wear a mask, hand sanitize, and stay as far away from her friends as possible. I know that sounds so fun as a high school senior, but it's her high school senior night at the football game, so I let her go. So my husband and I are going to take this opportunity to go run out and pick something up to eat and bring it home because we're hungry. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Hopefully we'll get more people viewing because, like I said, I know people at night find it easier to do projects. If there's something you want to learn, when I get the DTG machine, I will probably do some shirts live. We'll probably screw a bunch of them up because I'm still going to be learning myself. But hey, that's kind of what it's all about, right? Because I find like on YouTube, I want to know like the real stuff. If you're always perfect, that's not reality. So we're all in this business together trying to learn. So send me an email. Let me post this in here. I'm putting in the comments. My name is Brenda Santos. You can email me at CUSTSVC, which is customer service at Mensan Studios. I'm getting old. I can't read. You can email me at customerservice@mensanstudios.com, or you can always, if you have questions on anything, we do everything from business cards, banners, apparel, sublimation. We do fine art prints like canvas, photography prints, all of that. So if you have any questions or just general business questions, like how to do a business plan, a marketing plan, any of that, I put all that in the comments. Give me a call. I'm happy to share, because I do feel that if we share ideas and help each other out with information, everybody succeeds and everybody wins. So, all right. Good night, Janice. Good night, Maria. Y'all have a great evening, and check us out again. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.